garage sale and I found one of my favorite books, like one of my all-time favorite books at this garage sale for 50 cents. And I couldn't believe that this book that I really, really loved and enjoyed would only be 50 cents. I had been wanting it for a while, and so I felt really lucky when I actually found it, and for such a cheap price. So then I thought I'd talk to you today about 5 of my favorite books. These books really helped grow my relationship with God, and they also helped with character development. The first book that I want to talk about was that one I actually got for 50 cents at a garage sale. Is called Uninvited by Lysa TerKeurst. TerKeurst. I don't know what is up with me. I can't speak. Lysa TerKeurst. Lysa. One of my all-time favorite books, okay? This book is talking about rejection, dealing with rejection in our lives. It has 16 pretty short chapters. I really like this. It really helped me to analyze the way that I felt rejection in my life, or the way that I would perceive other people as rejecting me. And I really like that. One of my favorite parts of this book is chapter 3, and it's called There's a Lady at the Gym That Hates Me. And I really like this chapter because she starts off telling the story of how she's at the gym and there's this other lady there who's also working out, but she's like super fit, and even though Lysa feels like she's fit too, she kind of makes it into a competition. Like, she tries to also be fit and show how fast she can go, and the lady's on the elliptical. And so Lysa shares that one day she's at the gym, she's having this competition in her head. This competition in her head to also show how fit she is, and she gets a phone call, so she answers the call, and then the lady, that really fit lady that she felt like she was having a competition with, ends up stopping the elliptical, and she goes and moves to a treadmill, and so Lysa kind of feels like, oh, she moved because of me, she doesn't like me, she hates me now that I answer this call and I'm talking loudly at the gym. So then a few days pass by, and the next time that they see each other at the gym, the lady actually smiles back at her and smiles really nicely and friendly. And then in that moment, Lysa kind of realizes, like, okay, if she didn't hate me, she just probably moved to a different elliptical or moved to a treadmill to not make it a big deal. I really like what she wrote in page 29. Obviously, I don't know what went through her head as she smiled, but I think my second version is closer to the reality than my first, which has really gotten me thinking about all the many times I assigned thoughts to others that they never actually think. I hold them accountable to harsh judgments they never make, and I own a rejection from them they never gave me. And so I really like that, because I feel like we can do that as humans, as people, that we can feel rejected by others when the other person actually never said anything to us to actually try to purposely make us feel rejected. So this book is really great. Highly recommend it. The second book that I want to talk about today is called The 21 Indispensable Qualities of a Leader by John C. Maxwell. Honestly, anything written by John Maxwell is incredible. I love his books. Actually, I love this other one he also wrote, but I don't have it with me right now. But this one is really good too. As you can see, Frida liked this book too, because she totally bit this. The book has 21 chapters, hence the title. One thing that I really love about this book is that it actually has like these little short stories that he writes, and then he gives you the lesson out of that short story. I really like that it has questions to ask yourself and challenge yourself. This book in general is really good. It has amazing qualities that we need to develop within ourselves to be great leaders and be greater people in general. Actually, right in the first chapter, it's talking about character. The prompts that is meant to really question yourself, question your character. One of them said to write down the names of the people that you felt like you owed an apology to, that you needed to make. Maybe it was someone they needed to make the friendship or relationship right, not necessarily like become friends with them again, but just mend the hurt or mend the relationship. And I did that. I took it into practice, and it was really beneficial. I really felt that it challenged me, it challenged my character, it challenged me to go beyond what I felt was comfortable and just to do the right thing. Like, even though it was uncomfortable in the moment, I think it was exactly what that other person needed to, for them to move on and get healing, and it was exactly what I needed as well. So anyway, this book is overall incredible. This book, I'm going through it with my student leaders from youth group. So this book is really good if you have a leadership team or a group of leaders, whether in your church or your business, and you want to give them opportunities to grow in their leadership. You won't regret that. The third book, actually don't have it with me right now. Literally last night, a friend came over and I was talking to her about that book and how much I loved it, so I actually let her borrow it. But the book is called If You Only Knew by Ivey. Legit one of my favorite books ever. It's incredible. I love it. It's open, honest, raw, and it just speaks with truth and love, and I really love it. So pretty much the book is about the author's testimony or the author's story, and she's really open and honest about the things that she was tempted with or the things that she struggled with, and I really love that because it was freeing. And so her theme kind of in this book is like encouraging people to not be afraid to share the past, or to your past mistakes, she encourages people to be able to tell their story of what God did for them in their lives, because it's freeing for other people as well. She really believes that our stories, no matter how crazy or how scary they are to tell, they're beneficial to help others as well. And I feel like that's exactly what this book did for me. She was really open and honest about the things she struggled with in her life, and I felt that as if when I was reading it, I felt like, oh my gosh, I've done that too, or oh my gosh, I felt that too, me too, me too, me too. Like, I just felt like I kept saying me too, and it really gave me that extra confidence. Like, you know what? I messed up in the past. I really have. I've done some stupid stuff that I wish I didn't. But now that I am in ministry, I'm able to speak to others and say, dude, I did that stupid stuff, and this is where it got me, and this is where I learned. So it really is an opportunity to share your story and to share what God did for you. If you've ever felt like, man, I've done a lot of stupid stuff, and I don't know if God can forgive me, or you're like, man, I've done a lot of stupid stuff and God forgave me, but like, now what? I don't want to feel like a hypocrite and not tell people that I've struggled with this or that. If you're that person who says like, man, I've done some stupid stuff, but I really want God to get the glory out of it, I suggest you read this book. It's really encouraging, and maybe it'll motivate you to share your story too. One day I really do hope to tell my testimony here on YouTube. I would love to just honestly share everything that God has done for me. So I'm going to insert a picture of the book cover so that you can see what it looks like. Like I said, I don't have it with me, but so moving on. My fourth book is called Holiness, The Heart God Purifies by Dumas. This book is a perfect example of not to judge a book by its cover, because there's nothing appealing about this cover. The back legit has like 2 sentences of the description. But as I kind of flipped through it and read a little bit through it, I really felt God just burning my heart. Like, I just really felt Him wanting me to read this book, and I'm really glad that I did, because it blew my mind. It talks about holiness and how as Christians we are called to a life of holiness, and I'm going to read this book again. I think this is one of those books that I should be reading every year, because it is life-changing. It's incredible. This book was really encouraging. It was very honest. It was very real. And I loved how it had a lot of scripture in it, so I felt like it was really biblically sound, because it would align what she was saying to the word, so it wasn't just opinion based. In fact, it's really easy read. It's 8 chapters. Everything in this book has just been extremely powerful. I really love this book. So I'm gonna read page 70 really quick. There's a little paragraph that I want to read, and it says, imagine how you would feel if your mate refused to break off the illicit relationship, but continued to sleep with his girlfriend once or twice a week, month after month, year after year, all the while insisting that he really loved you and wanted to keep living with you when he wasn't with her. How long would it take for you to say, no, you can't have her and me. You've got to make a choice. As heartbreaking and revolting as such scenarios are for those who have experienced them, they give us an inkling of what we we are doing to our heavenly husband when we persist in sleeping with our sin while claiming to be committed to a relationship with him. So it's really good. It talks a lot about removing sin from our lives and really just pursue a life of holiness. I like that at the end of the chapters they actually have questions that you can ask yourself and then you can answer honestly, whether it's in a journal or write in the book. So it's really good. I really love this book and I really recommend it. The fifth one is called Making Jesus Lord by Lauren Cunningham with Janice Rogers. This book is another one that does not look appealing whatsoever to me. I don't like the cover of it, honestly. But this book is actually really good as well. This book was given to me by a mentor that I had in Chicago when I was living there. And I cannot thank her enough for this book. It was incredible. I really loved it. Again, it does not look appealing whatsoever, but whatever is inside of it was so good. Everything inside of this book was amazing. My mentor at the time is actually, she's the founder of a missions organization called Army of the Kind. And this book is also written by a founder of Youth with a Mission, which is another missions organization. So this is a book that just talks about surrendering your rights, surrendering your life, surrendering everything to God. Whatever you feel like you have the right to, it's just a book that encourages us to just surrender. I know that God isn't just calling people who are missionaries to surrender their rights to everything, but he's asking all of us as followers of Jesus Christ to surrender our rights. And I really like this book because it's challenging it challenges you to truly surrender your life, your children, your home, your money, your beliefs, all these things, is to surrender it to God. It's really motivating. It motivates you to want to surrender your rights to your life, not just some areas of your life, but all of it. So I really encourage you to read this book. So that is it. That is it for my 5 favorite books. Every book that I talked about today, I'll be linking them in the description below. I will also be linking the 2 missions organizations that I talked about today. I'll also be linking some resources regarding the Black Lives Matter movement. I know that many of us will never understand what our African American brothers and sisters are going through on a daily basis, but I just want to show my support, and I want to show that I believe in you, that I care for you, that you are chosen and created in the image of God. I want to link those things down below if you want some more information. I hope that you had a great time just learning about a couple different books, and I hope that you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Comment below and let me know what's your favorite book. I hope that you have a great day. Bye! About my 5 most favorite books to read. Well, duh, what else do you do with books? Ugh.